Hey, what's happening? Good one, SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and today I'm here to give you guys another haul video for 2019, and hopefully you enjoy. But before we get started, I do want to say thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes you had supplied me back on January 30th. If you don't know, I am now officially 29 years of age, and hard to believe that by next year, I'm going to be in my 30s, so I better enjoy being in my 20s one last time. Before we begin, to go ahead and quickly answer one comment from my last video, which was, did I happen to have cosplay shoes on during my Kingdom Hearts 3 Deluxe Edition unboxing? And the answer is yes. And to prove it, here are the shoes in question. So yes, I did happen to have the shoes on. It was just, of course, out of frame, which is all. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where we should start. I guess we'll start with the smaller stuff, and we'll save the Hot Toy stuff for last, because there's actually one item here that I got in today. I opened up the shipping box, but I have yet to take it out to see for myself if it's as described. So the first item, as I mentioned, is of course Kingdom Hearts 3, the Deluxe Edition. If you guys were wondering, was I able to get the console that might get canceled? I was never able to pre-order the console in the first place, due to the fact that it was one of those things where you have to kind of pay up front for it, and I didn't really have the money at the time, because during the time pre-orders went live, I was still doing a lot of Christmas shopping, so I was more worried about everyone else and not worrying about me. So like I said, unfortunately I wasn't able to get it, but I do have my local GameStop over here, and a lot of people think I work for GameStop. I actually don't. But like I said, the local GameStop I shop at, and there's a couple other ones as well that are going to be keeping an eye out. So just in case for whatever odd reason one does show up, I will be notified and then I will pick it up. But until then, who knows if I will get one, but I'm not going to be going online and paying scalper prices. I hate that crap. But as far as the initial game goes, I am loving it, clearly, which is why I've been gone offline. But of course, definitely a huge recommendation. I don't want to discuss too much about it, just in case you guys haven't gotten the chance to play it. I'm probably going to have to wait a little bit to go into a deeper discussion, so more people have a chance to play it. Let's see, next up, since we're talking about Kingdom Hearts, is that we have this SH Figure Arts of Sora Final Form, which I found over in Barnes & Noble, which is over here. He does come with a couple keyblades, and he does also have a couple different head sculpts, or just the face actually comes off after you take off the hair, which is the angry face here, and then he has like his normal smiling face. I do like the fact that for the it's actual little chain links here. So he's got really good articulation, posability. The only thing that he does not include is a stand. So there he is. It's pretty cool. This is actually my first like Figure Arts figurine that I've actually had, and this is actually quite impressive. So I know there's him in his regular form, the one I was cosplaying as, and then of course there's also a Goofy and Donald, and I think Mickey, but I'm gonna have to double check on that one. Just trying to see if I can get him for a nice deal is all. Next up is a pop figure, which is from the Saban's Power Rangers, and this is the PX Preview exclusive, limited to 30,000. This is Lord Draken. Or Draken. So I'm going to keep this one in the box, and hopefully if whenever the Power Ranger convention comes around towards Anaheim again, hopefully maybe I could get the actor to sign this. I think that would be pretty neat. But glad to have that one. Let's see, next up is this one here. This one was a pain to get. This is the official seasons 1 through 4 Digimon Digital Monsters. Now the reason why this one was a pain to get is because the first time I ordered it, which was long after I was done with my Christmas shopping, so near the end of December, and this was something I was wanting to get that I've had on my mind for quite a while, and then I was like, you know what, got my shopping done, I have a bit of extra money, so I want to see if I can find a deal for this one. I did find a deal for it, but it was one of those too good to be true type deals. I looked at the seller's ratings. He did have 5 ratings because he doesn't sell much. And he had this entire box set brand new for $25, which is a steal. So I was like, okay, going to go ahead and pay for it. Why am I getting a notification? So anyways, I bought it. Like no tracking updates, nothing for the longest time. And then the last time I checked the guy's profile, eBay delisted him. So I called up eBay. They got me my refund. Cool, no biggie. So I looked to see what's the next cheapest one possible, brand new, which was about $55. And of course, ordered it. And it finally came in. It actually came in about a week late because of the tracking info error. That one is, they were using UPS Media Mail or UPES. I don't know what that is. It's like some Media Mail service. Apparently has a lot of issues. And the issue is that they weren't scanning in the package, which is why the tracking info was all jacked up. So because of the frustration, the person actually did give me a 15% refund policy, or a 50% refund on the total cost that I've had. And this is their words. I didn't ask for a percentage refund or not, but because of the issues, they were so nice. But I ended up getting it. And like I said, you get the Digimon Adventure Season 1, Digimon Adventure Season 2. You also get Digimon Tamers Season 3. And then, of course, for Season 4, you have which one's this one again? The Digimon Frontier. It's kind of weird because some of these don't have actually the name on it, except for Tamers. So there you guys go. This is a total of, what we got here, 205 episodes on 32 DVDs. I was really hoping that they bring the series on Blu-ray, which would have been nicer, but, who knows? Maybe they may do it later on. Watch, they turn around and do it like a month from now. So finally got that in, which just means I'm going to be watching that when I go to bed. And of course, last but not least are the Hot Toys figures. 2 of them were actually given to me as a birthday gift from a friend at work. The first one of the 2 is we have the Hot Toys Captain Phasma from the Star Wars Episode 7. Now, when it comes to the current trilogy, I actually enjoyed Episode 7. You or may not have enjoyed it, but I definitely did not enjoy Episode 8. I will say that. Episode 7, I liked. Episode 8, I did not. Except for maybe the return of Yoda, and then like the little crystal icy foxes, but that's really about it. But as far as her character goes in the films, it was kind of a wasted potential. And, she looks cool. And for me personally, I love the armor of the First Order. Same thing for the Stormtroopers and the Clone Troopers. I love their armor designs. And because she has like this metallic armor going on, I was like, she looks badass. But like in the films, it's like, she's not so cool anymore. So, here she is. All nice and shiny. I will say that the cape was a little bit of a pain to work with, but I eventually got it. Her accessories are pretty basic. You get the main one with the goldish looking blaster. And then, of course, you have a bunch of different hands, too. Actually, just a small different hand gestures, but nothing too crazy. The other one that he got me, just because, Captain Phasma looks cool by herself, but she's only going to look cooler if you got some troopers with her. And he got me this 2-pack here, which comes with the First Order, your basic soldier, and then, of course, you also got the heavy trooper. So, of course, they all come with a stand. The stand basically says Star Wars First Order Stormtrooper, while Captain Phasma says Star Wars Captain Phasma. But here is the heavy trooper. There's apparently 2 versions. There's this one here, and there's an exclusive one, which actually comes with a backpack attachment and I think a desert-themed base. Now, again, these guys look really cool. The only downside to these troopers, which when you get out of the box, is that the articulations, especially within the arms, are pretty weak. Like, for example, this guy, that's as much as I could go for. So I looked online to see if there's a way to fix that. Maybe I figured, okay, he was kind of stiff in the box because he's been, I don't know exactly when he came out, but I figured it was just due to the stiffness from being in the box for so long, brand new sealed. And apparently there is something underneath the main armor once you basically strip down everything, where if you take it off, you have better articulation within the arms. So I did that for the basic trooper here, which here is how he looks. So because I did that, he now has better articulation, minus the little hindrance with the armor pieces, but as you can see, I'm able to bend his arm way more than I could with the other guy. Do keep in mind, though, for this particular mod, you will need to, you will need glue, And you will also need to cut this chest piece and this piece underneath, because you have to remove this to get to the undersuit, to remove these weird padded things that are on the joints for the elbows. But once you do that, then the articulation is so much better. But only do that if you don't mind cutting into the figure. If you're really cautious about it, from what I've seen online, these first order troopers are super inexpensive. You could army build these guys for cheap. That's how inexpensive they are. Now the next items is what I got. To kind of diverge from the Star Wars theme, here is that we have Avengers. And this, of course, is the Age of Ultron series. Where's the name of it? So this is the Ultron Mark 1/1/6 scale by Hot Toys, which I have right here. This chair is annoying. It's still fresh and new, so it's going to take a while for the squeakiness to go away. The accessory that it comes with is this destroyed mech unit here. But I like the fact that they have like the writing so small that's readable. And also too, for the heavy gunner, I forgot to mention, he's got this really cool gun that actually transforms into a bipod. And here is Ultron. He's very sick looking. He's got so much detail. Now, it's not just, okay, a figure. Even though his articulation is going to be quite limited for the kind of piece he is, he does light up. Which, go ahead and get here. So this is for the arc reactor. This is for the eyes. And batteries are included for this character. So now, as you can see, he's a lot creepier looking. And then, let's see, where is it at? Oh, yeah, the arc reactor, as you can see in there. Right over here, of course, lights up too. So that's just the light up feature is, again, the face and then the arc reactor. But he looks really cool. Definitely recommend him. You can still find this guy on the cheap for under... You could... I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I didn't really double check all the pricings, but I've seen him for around $220 or less. So he's around that pricing area. So there is that one. Now going back to the topic of Star Wars, we have another character, which is why these again are super cheap. You can get this guy for less than probably about 80 to 140 around that price point. But this is the Star Wars Force Awakens TIE Pilot. Now this guy is pretty basic as far as accessories go, but he is a neat looking figure. Again, he also includes a base where it says First Order TIE Pilot. And here he is. Now, I feel like the TIE Pilots don't get much love, but I do like the look and the design of this guy and, of course, the original trilogy. And what's nice, too, about this guy is that because he doesn't have the same type of suit that the main troopers wear, is that his articulation is so much better. As you can see, his arm bends all the way up with no issues. And so, like I said, he's pretty neat. I definitely recommend him if you're going to be collecting for the Force Awakens lineup. Just kind of get the troopers while they can, because they're just, again, so easy to get. And that's pretty much it. There is one more. I just got this package in. I opened up the main shipping box, but I have yet to see the figure for myself. And when I saw this figure for the price it was going for, I had a little mini heart attack. I was like, there's no way. I thought it was like a starting bid, but it was like a buy now. I jumped on it. Without reading all the information, of course, from the seller, but I jumped on it. And when it comes to the Star Wars Force Awakens lineup by Hot Toys, there is one in particular that is very popular, but he's not cheap anymore because, again, he's not available on the sites. And hopefully you might know what I'm talking about, but this particular piece I've seen online for like, I don't know, like above $380. It's like, I'm not going to pay that much at all. I mean, I don't like paying over the amount that it would have been retail anyways, but I managed to get him for just slightly above what he used to retail, which I can't remember the price exactly. But the main one is this one, which is of course Finn. And it's kind of weird that they don't have the actual name here. You know, what was it, Finn? FN 2187 or something like that. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the film, but this is the crown jewel for the episode 7 lineup, and this is a Sideshow exclusive, or it was at the time. Now you just have to go through resellers. So we got, of course, as usual, the art cards in the inside. So hopefully he turned out great. This was a pre-owned one. I know it wasn't brand new when I got him. But I did double check, and the seller did state that he's been on display in a DTOF case. Has everything complete, which it did come with the original shipping box. And of course everything else so far is how it's meant to be. And first off, let's go ahead and take a look at the helmet here. It's such a cool piece. Check that helmet out. I would show you guys a clip from when this moment happened, but, you know, Disney and Star Wars, it's like that's just asking to get your channel copyrighted. And I believe this is the only version of the First Order Trooper where it's actually weathered. Most of the other ones are just, again, all clean-looking armor, except for Phasma. Phasma does have a little bit of weathering. And that's about it, just Phasma and Finn here. Wow. That's crazy. Now, Hot Toys does really good when it comes to the face sculpts, but what makes this one even crazier is that I don't know exactly what they used, but he looks like he's sweating. So, I mean, hopefully my camera can pick it up. I don't know if it can. But he legit looks like he's sweating. That's crazy. Oh, man. His arm articulation is a lot better compared to the other one. Unless if this guy has been opened up. No, it doesn't look like he's been opened up, so which is good. Alright, so sweet. Now for the helmet piece here, by the way, you can't like slip this on over the actual head. You have to pop off the head to put this piece on. But there's a few ways to oppose him. He does also come with a the main blaster here. He's also got the pistol, which for some reason this kind of looks a little bit different, but of course it's a magnet lock here. Or you could take the main one, put it right there as well. So whatever one you want to do. But he looks really, really good. I love the weather on him. Of course, you know, the weathering on this guy isn't like crazy like the Hot Toys Clone Wars series. There's a few characters from that I really want to get, but they're just like impossible due to how much they're going for. Like the ARC Trooper 5s and Echo I want to get, and the Captain Rex Phase 2. They're like way more than retail price, but I haven't found any deals for them. But this guy looks very, very cool. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to figure out where I'm going to display these at. I do have a cabinet up here, and I do have a matching one on the other side. And I may dedicate maybe the one over here to like the episode 7 lineup. And then this one will be kind of variations depending on what I could personally fit in here. And there is one other figure that I do have coming. He wouldn't have been here until next week, but he'll probably be something for his own video. And it's something from the StarCraft 2 lineup. They had, I think, only 2 different ones, which was Jim Raynor, and then you have that guy that portrays him. Starts with a T, I can't remember his name exactly, but Sideshow apparently did a couple figures, and these guys used to be like $500. I mean, they still are as far as retail value goes and up. But I got a good score on this one, but I'll keep it for next week's video. But if you guys have any questions, let me know down below, and I'll see you guys next time.